Hello my loves, welcome to MoonChild Serendipity Tarot. So today we will continue with the 2023 predictions for BTS members. I know it's a little bit late now that we are at the end of January, but bear with me. We're gonna look at the overall energy of 2023 for each member, and today we have Jimin. I think we only have Jungkook left, so these oracle cards here will give us the overall energy, what's to expect in 2023 for Jimin, and then we will break it down to the quarters of the year. So we will look at the main focus point of each block of 3 months here, and then we also have some more cards to clarify what's going on in each quarter for Jimin. Then in the end we will shuffle this deck together to get any last information. So let's get started. Let's have a look at the oracle cards here. So this is gonna be the overall energy of 2023 for Jimin. What can what can Jimin expect that's coming for him in this year? So the first one, we have abundance, Jupiter. This is very nice. And then we have north future. I love this combination of cards together. I think Hosok has the south node, which is essentially in astrology the south node and the north node are believed to be the head and the tail of a dragon. But this is telling me that Jimin is working really hard towards his life purpose. You know, we all have our life purposes, but imagine it's like what is that? It's like not an onion, but what I'm trying to say is like we have, as we go through life, we have to peel off different layers of ourselves and of social conditioning on us to find out our real purposes is. And with this North Node being in 2023 as a major energy, a major protagonist for Jimin's development in this year, I do feel like he's heading in the right direction. He's seeing his life purpose more clearly, like clearer than ever, and he's really charged up towards it. Oh, I have to mention, during my pre-reading meditation, when I was trying to connect with Jimin's energy, I saw the vision of him standing and he was writing something on his notebook. It's like he's working on something, and when he realized that somebody is watching him, he turned around and he smiled, a very confident and welcoming smile. It's like he's working on something, but he's no longer being secretive about it. He would be very happy to show people what he's working on, and he's very confident and proud of the work that he's doing right now. So I think that's significant to mention at this point. Also, we have Jupiter abundance. With this, I do feel like Jimin is eating a lot better this year. Maybe he will be on a healthier diet, and when I say diet, I don't mean like extreme diets to lose weight or to control body measurements or anything, but it's like a healthy way of eating that is no longer a diet but more like a lifestyle. So I do think that Jimin is gonna explore these field. Is it a field? I don't know, explore these things and like nutritions and what kind of food that makes you feel better. So he will like start caring more about how he eats and what he eats. But nonetheless, like as abundance and is a lot of like yellowy color. So I do think it has a lot to do with his career, and we all are anticipating that he's gonna release his solo album in this year, and we will have a look at the other cards to see if there is any hint towards that. But nonetheless, like this year is quite significant in his career, with his life purpose being more defined and abundance flowing to him through his career. I'm also hearing being gold like shining like a gold. Oh, what is this? I don't know. What is the words? What's the saying? Is it? I'm just seeing like a gold shining in a pile of like coal or rocks. And it makes me think of Jimin being in the Paris Fashion Week, where he has this aura, and his aura is yellow. It's like the solar plexus chakra kind of color. He shines, and that chakra is also rules abundance in careers and professional careers. So I do think this year is going to be significant for Jimin in his career development. Oh, and yes, yellow is also the color of confidence. So that's exciting. The next card we have here, Dolphin Spirit, Deed and That Are True. When I saw it, oh, okay. Remember, I was trying to find an image for life purpose, and I said onion with a lot of layers. Right now, it's not. Onion is not appropriate. I'm not so suitable. But look at this. We do have like a not a diamond, but like a crystal core with a lot of layers, and in the middle, in the core of it, is essentially the life purpose that we're all looking for. We have to peel through all these layers and spice. What am I trying to say? We all have to go through all these layers to get to the core of what we are here on Earth to do. And when I saw this card, I was like, yeah, that makes sense, because through like throughout the years, throughout the time that we live, throughout the time that Jimin lives, his life purpose seemingly changing as his views of the world changes as well. And that doesn't mean that our life purpose or his life purpose has changed from one thing to another. It's just Jimin seeing his life purpose clearer and clearer as he lives, because he's peeling through all these layers. He might think that, oh, my life purpose changed, but it's actually not. It's just him getting closer to the real thing, to the core of it. And that's why these and that are true. Both the life purpose that he's working towards, that he was working towards 5 years ago, and the life purpose that he's working towards now and in the next 5 years, essentially is going to lead to the same thing. It's going to lead to the core of it, to the real reason why his soul is on this earth. But the outer layers of them might seem different, just because of the awareness that Jimin has or had at a given time, if that makes sense. The next card we have is Flow. Oh, I love this card. There's a full moon, and also the flow gives me the feeling that everything's working seamlessly, everything's working, and everything's going forward. There might not be a lot of events or big events or actions that we can see, because like the flows in the water, that usually we can't like the currents, we don't usually see them, but they're always moving forward. And I think this card particularly, I don't really remember, but I think it says something about abundance, because the flows of the water, they bring along what is the word, like they carries along a lot of nutrition, and they give them to the soil, the land along the banks of the river. Yeah, that helps with like growing crops and stuff. So it connects me to the abundance card. And also we have the full moon here, so it does indicate like the ending of a cycle, which means reaching the ending point of one cycle, is completing one phase of his life, so to speak. Also, it also makes me think that his work, the work that he's doing, his project that he's working on right now is coming to completion, and he's quite ready to showcase it to the world, and emotions running high as well, high in a good way, like it's building up and is almost ready because the moon is almost full. That's very nice. And the next card we have forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. This doesn't seem to tie with the other cards, but when I think about it and when I think back about what we talked about this card here, this and that are true. I do think that Jimin might, because now that he's in a different phase of life, now that he sees life in a different way, when he looks back at his past disappointment, he will realize that, oh, it's actually not that big of a deal now that I understand why things are the way they are and why people act the way they acted. So that Jimin will be able to forgive whatever it is that he did wrong, whatever it is that people did him wrong in the past, and the forgiveness is not only for the other people, but it's mainly for himself, like for him to really understand why decisions were made at that particular point, and it will help him a lot with moving on into the future path that he now sees more clearly. The last oracle card we have here is the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Did I say something about ending a cycle with the full moon, right? So this is the not encouragement. This is like the sign that Jimin is stepping up into a new energetic cycle. He's starting a new phase of his life. He's walking. Oh, also we have forgiveness, like leaving behind the past, leaving behind the ruins here, because nothing in this phase will serve him anymore. He will step into a much better, brighter energies ahead of him. It also ties to the Northern Node card with future and abundance as well. Definitely like a lot better. Oh, yeah, I'm just seeing lighter energy and higher frequencies waiting for Jimin on the other side. I do think that he's already started like crossing the threshold. He's already started leaving things behind of him. And then this is just a sign of like 2023 will be the year that Jimin will start to explore the new world on the other side of this threshold. Okay, let's have a look at the 4 quarters of the year now. So we start with the first one, which is January, February, and March. We have 2 cards here, and this deck they only have major arcana, so we'll only get major arcanas for this. Usually I intended to have 1 card only, but these 2 turned out I had to take them, so we don't. I didn't feel like we needed clarification for this. So the first card we have here, the Magician, which is number 1, and we have the Hierophant, number 5. Both of these cards give me the feeling that he's working on his solo project, or is almost done, as I feel like, because the Magician is the card of creation, and it is telling me that Jimin is exploring a lot of different genres and the things that he hasn't done before. Maybe not the thing that he hasn't done before, but it's like he has different talents in that other people might not think about putting them together, but with this solo project, Jimin is experimenting by putting all of his strengths and talents together in one thing and like melt them all together to make something that is uniquely Jimin. And he has a lot of options and potentials to develop from that. I get like, and then we have the Hierophant. So Hierophant is energy of Virgo. Oh no, why am I saying that? Energy of Virgo? No, but this particular card, gives me the feeling of almost solitude. So I do get the feeling of Jimin. Ooh, he might have consulted a really like idol figure of his, like, I wouldn't say it's Taeyang. It does feel like somebody's a lot older than Taeyang. But nonetheless, Jimin respects and look up to this person a lot. He might have consulted this person for his solo work, but I don't see a collaboration. So he would just come to this person for advice and help, maybe producing, but they would not like officially appear on the album or like on the songs or anything. But I think people will be able, or at least like Jimin will dedicate a big chunk of thank you to this Hierophant person. I do feel like it's the man. It's quite like, I don't know, maybe 40, 50. And someone who might have not retire, but retreat away retreated away from the industry. It's like they in hideout, but they have a lot of knowledge and wisdom about the craft that Jimin's creating. Maybe might be his old teachers, I don't know, but that's the energy of the first quarter. So I do think that we have this rumor of Jimin releasing things or releasing his solo project in February, but we haven't heard anything until now, so I don't think that's happening. I doubt it will happen in March either. And also these two cards doesn't give me the feeling of like something's happening. It's still in the creation process. So I don't think from these that Jimin will release anything in the first quarter of the year. Okay, let's have a look at the second quarter. So this is April, May and June. We have the sun, which is lovely. So a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, a lot of like enjoyment, playful energy. So maybe he will release this album around this year, because the sun also gives me the feeling of like emitting power or releasing energy. There might be another collaboration because there's two kids on this. Might be someone that is his friend. Yeah. Yeah, but overall, like, the sun is a super positive card. So maybe the lead singer or the title song will be something really bright, bright and cheerful. To clarify the sun, we have the Ten of Cups. So opposite energies here, because we have sun with fire and Chalices, which is water energy, but we also have fire here in this card, and we also have sun. The sun, which this is sunset. And the Ten of Chalices is the ultimately happiness, or like ultimate happiness card. Ooh. Oh, we also have two kids here. So, okay. two collaborations, I don't know. But definitely like a great friendship, a great connection, somebody that if someone does appear on Jimin's solo project, it's somebody's very, very important to him and deeply connected to him. The Gynecologist is just like pure happiness, and he will, if he does release his solo project in the second quarter of the year, it will be like really, really successful in the way that he wanted, or maybe even more, and he will feel really happy and reassured and confident, or like his confidence will be not reassured, but like build up because of how successful his solo project's gonna be, and he will make a lot of people happy as well. With the Ten of Chalices and the sun is like warm ray of sunshine shining on people, or like a cup of fresh water that would quench people's thirst. What am I saying? For the third quarter of the year, which is July, August, September. Ooh, we have the Lovers. I think Hosok also has the Lover, but not in this slot or not in this position. Ooh, the Lover. I like this energy. To clarify this, we have Seven of Wands and the Six of Wands. Oh, I think it's the Six of Wands leading to the Seven of Wands. Okay. This is interesting. I don't feel like it has something to do with like romantic love. Maybe there's two interpretations possible for this. One is connected to romantic love and his partner. And then if we have Six of Wands and Seven of Wands, then there might be some challenges arising in his romantic connection that they have to work together to reach an agreement. It's like they have to reassess their connections, to leave behind the things, the beliefs, the fragments of themselves that is no longer aligning with their new selves and the new energy of the relationship that they are in. So there's some sort of like having to change, but also the other interpretation for this the Lovers card is that again we're talking about passion and life purpose. So then after what we have in the previous quarter, which is like the success of his solo project, I think Jimin would redefine his path, his purpose. This is Jimin peeling off another layer or even more layers to get himself closer to his life purpose, to this pavilion right here with his higher self waiting for him. Also we have initiation walking through the passage, and there's a gate here, so Jimin could be walking through this gate. I think he was somewhere around like on these stairs already, walking towards this pavilion. Also we also have somebody, Jimin, taking big steps. It's a little bit of a strain, it's a little bit of a stretch for him, but nonetheless this indicating that if Jimin is learning to grow and if he's peeling off layers, he's doing it at a fast pace because he's seeing things more clearly now. He feels more confident in himself and he feels much better and more reassured of what he's doing and where he's heading to. So that is very nice. And then for the last quarter of the year we have Empress. Isn't this is like, oh my god, from the Lovers we have this, And then the Empress, we have this. It does give me the feeling like Jimin finally got into the pavilion here. He's walked all the way to it. So that is like the development that we like to see. And his B is finally B1 with his higher self. Oh, there's two figures here, or like he's meeting with his higher self and being in better communication. And the Empress is just a card of abundance, of nurturing, of growing things. And there's a lot of green here. It's just, it gives me the feeling of tranquility and peace. And it has a little bit of the energy of the temperance in traditional tarot cards here. Traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. So yeah, I did feel like by the end of the year, Jimin will be able to take deep breaths and just relax and enjoy the abundance that's coming for him, the abundance that he's been working so hard for. And just, yeah, I feel like this is the time that he's relaxed and have a lot of deep conversation with himself, and he will discover more about himself and the path that he's taking. Oh, yes, to clarify that, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, absolutely bathing himself in abundance and the fruit of his hard labor. Yeah, there's still a lot of potential to grow here, but nonetheless, the end of the year, the end of 2020 is where Jimin is given the space and the time and the opportunity to just wind down and really, really enjoy himself in a very, very relaxing way, in dissolving way. Okay, let's draw one last card to see if there is anything else we can know about 2023 for Jimin. Amazing. Oh, duality. This is interesting. And the way it landed on like the middle part of the reading, the second and third quarter of the year, where we had, you know, the two opposite elements and also the two possible interpretations of the Lover's card. So maybe both are happening. So what Jimin's releasing is both inspiring and soothing, both empowering, revitalizing and healing at the same time. And all these changes will be the protagonist for his personal and romantic development. That's interesting. 27, isn't Jimin 27? No, he's 28 this year. Never mind. He's turning 28 though, he's still 27 now. So maybe that's how he's closing his 27 with all of this thing. But right, this is all that I have for the predictions of 2023 for Jimin. Thank you so much for always being with me, and I know that I've been really on and off and uncertain with my uploads, and I do apologize for that if you have been waiting for my uploads. There's just a lot going on at the moment, but hopefully 2023 I'll be able to be more consistent in my reading, in uploading them, I mean. But yeah, again, thank you so much for being with me, and take good care of yourself, being safe, being positive and healthy wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one, which is Jungkook's reading. Bye bye.